Assalamu alaikum. Maybe a shorter video today, but also I think I look better maybe without the lights, definitely with this black and brown compared to the white. I don't even think I even wore white on here much before. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about scripted versus unscripted. For one of my ideals is that I want to be able to reach fluency with while being unscripted. That's I think a very useful skill and something that I think I can achieve quite easily. When I'm chilling with friends, etc., I'm quite fluent. I'm quite qabil. I'm quite in control of my own conversation at least, and I have a decent grasp of words, and I'm quite quick-witted enough to react and discuss and go from topic to topic smoothly. But when I'm on the spot discussing a topic, oftentimes I'm not as smooth, I'm not as dynamic, and I'm not as expressive at the very least. As you can see, most of these videos, these have all been unscripted, but I've not been very expressive in them. I'm very dulled down. So I want to be able to become expressive and normal while being unscripted. If I am, like when I give a bayan, for example, then I generally script it beforehand. I write down the bayan, and then or lecture I should say, I write down the lecture in full, and then I take out points from it, and I only keep those points. And so now I have an idea of the words that I'm going to use. I have things that I can refer back to, but I don't have to memorize that exact script. And in fact, if I try to memorize it, it's much worse. Like that's the worst possible one. And then the second level is where I don't script anything. If you look at the worst possible one, it's where I try it and I have a script and I have to memorize it word for word. That's the worst possible thing for me. Then is the second worst is where I go completely unscripted. I haven't even thought of the subject really, and I just start talking. Then it's I've considered it, I've thought about it, but I haven't written anything down, and then I just try and wing it. And the best outcome for me generally has been when I write it down word for word. I have the entire conversation or the entire speech or whatever written out, and then I just pull out general points. You could say for each paragraph maybe, or for each section, just a general point, maybe in one sentence. And those are the general points that I follow. And because I've written down the words already, so I have a general framework to work off, and that's where I'm able to be the most expressive, and I'm able because I've already gone through the emotions. I know what I'm trying to express in each sentence, so I can set it up properly as well with the right intonation beforehand, and the right move into it with the right tonality, etc. Everything goes smoothly that way. But what I want to get is that same level of mastery while being completely unscripted. That's I think where one thing where it's firstly very useful. It's that's like all good orators should have that. I think being a good orator is also very useful. It's something that I think would come in clutch in the fields that I'm looking to master. And then also the people that I follow, I really am impressed by them by their doing or their practicing on oratory, or they're implementing oratory skills while being completely unscripted, which I mentioned in the video before, like Ethan on Everything, like Lindy Beige, Moist Critical probably also, but I don't really like his style as much, but that's irrelevant. There's a few others who I know as well, who they speak off the cuff and they speak very clearly, very smoothly, very expressively, and I want to be able to reach that level. Not anywhere near there. This was completely unscripted. What I'm thinking is I'll try and this will be completely unscripted, talking about scripted versus unscripted and my thoughts and perspectives on it. Maybe I'll do a minute more, and then later I'll try and do another 5-minute one, but it will be scripted, and I'll have scripted it all out, and then I'll speak after having the idea of it. Then I'll just speak it unscripted, so that with unmemorized, so that you guys can see what I mean when in the difference between scripted and unscripted for me. But we can just, I say you guys, so I can see the difference between scripted and unscripted for me. And then maybe tomorrow I'll do a face cam versus faceless, the benefits and the pros and cons basically. And I will then that will be unscripted, and then I will do a scripted version of the same thing and see the difference there as well. That's not because I'm running out of ideas. It's just because that's something interesting I thought of. I come across some very interesting stuff about animal consciousness, about some interesting books, about politics, about not so much about Aqidah lately. I've taken a slight Aqidah break from my friend as well, mostly because it's exams. Tomorrow is my exams. Make dua that those goes well. And yeah, so that is happening. Make dua, and tomorrow I will share something else maybe, or maybe I'll share a scripted version of the same discussion. Adios. Salam alaikum.